So let's move on to something I know you're going to be excited with, and that is another Omega Supreme. I think Bobby is interested in this next one. We've talked about this on the show, and he said he was interested in it, and that is Peanut Head Optimus Prime.
Man, if you don't go somewhere with that.
Old flipper feet. What do you think about this, Bobby?
I am confused. That was easy.
Yeah, it's the easiest deal ever made in human history.
Yeah, Hey, what's going on, BVC fans? I'm Bobby, aka Bot.
And I'm James, and I'm the Con.
And today we have some new news for you, so stay tuned as we get things started.
Yes, we have quite a bit of news, so let's get to it. So as always, let's talk about what was just announced. And the first thing is the Rise of the Beasts, the Beast Alliance Optimus Prime and Lion Blade. They're really hitting it out of the park with these names because it's a lion and it's a blade. Wow, who would have thought? So what do you think about this, Bobby?
I am confused. I don't know what are we trying to do here? I mean, is it going to be is Optimus going to be a truck? Is he going to, are we going to talk Primal? Are we talking, Leo? I mean, what's going on? I mean, I feel like we're rolling a whole bunch of things into this movie, and I don't even know if these characters will be in the movie or what. So I'm really confused. I don't know what's it's supposed to be about. They're definitely rising the beast.
Yes, definitely. And that's a really good point, is I think half of these toys are not going to be in the movie, and they're just made for toys just to sell it.
It's throwing me off.
Yeah, and this is very confusing to me. I mean, as somebody who knows a little bit about Beast Wars, Leo Prime is a completely different character than Optimus. So seeing them combined into one like this is very strange. It's kind of cool that there's at least didn't make it a normal lion, and it has that throwback. But at the same time, it's like, do these people even know who Leo Prime is? I don't think they do.
I almost feel like this is a rebirth of G1, where they were using the cartoon as a commercial for their figures. It's like they're using the movie as not even a commercial for the figures. They're just trying to say, hey, we're going to tie everything that we ever thought about to this movie.
Yes. And I think that's even clear with the repacks that we're seeing with the Cyber versus Megatron and Starscream and stuff. Since I'm assuming those characters aren't going to be in the movie, they just said, just throw these figures in there. So
we have extra stock. Let's just change the box.
Exactly. Because they didn't sell well. So let's move on to an upgrade kit. Now, this is the DNA design upgrade kit for the movie masterpiece Nemesis Prime. And I've got to say, this actually looks good. So the first thing it takes away are the cat ears. So it's not as kawaii anymore. It's more of a normal truck. So it looks really nice. There's still a lot of hinges on the top that I think if it's a masterpiece scale, it shouldn't have, honestly. Especially at the price point, I would think the normal Prime is $180, the Nemesis Prime. So it should not have those hinges on the top. They should have figured out a better way to design that, in my opinion.
Flip it around.
Exactly. That's all they needed to do. And then here it is in robot mode, so it makes it taller, and it also gives it better looking forearms, which I didn't realize how bad the forearms were on the stock version of this. So I've got to say, I really do like this Nemesis Prime. I really like that they went with a darker silver, which I really enjoy, instead of the bright silver. It's a gunmetal. I like all the teal throughout it, as we've talked about, but I cannot justify the price. With the figure and the upgrade set combined, this would be like $250, and I'm sorry, I have other characters to buy for $250.
This wasn't going to make it into my collection anyways, but I am selective of the upgrade kits I pick up. DNA does some amazing upgrade kits, but this is a figure that I wouldn't have purchased, so the upgrade kit would do me no purpose as well.
Yeah. but it does look great. I have to give them props to that. For people, if I was gonna get a movie verse masterpiece, and this would probably be the only movie verse masterpiece I would pick up, the upgrade kit would have to be purchased. But as it stands, I'm not getting it. Unless, who knows, maybe I'll find it on clearance. So
it might
give
go
it to
on
me for $100, and that might sway me.
And you'd pay full price for the upgrade kit?
Okay, so, yeah, never mind. Give it to me for $60. Maybe I'll pick it up. So let's keep going. And I am not going to be able to pronounce this, but this is Mauzi MH01 Hurricane Orange Limited Edition. It says it's now available for pre-order, but I can't find where to pre-order it. So if anybody out there knows where to pre-order this, please let us know, because I think both of us are very interested to get our hands on this. And this is obviously the repaint of the KO of the Fans Toys Cyclones, correct?
Yes, Quietus.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, I'm in. And not even so much. I like Cyclonus as a character. I don't have any of these KO versions. I've heard, decent reviews of them in comparison, and I have both Fans Toys versions, so it would be great to have something else on my shelf that is really a pop of color, definitely. And I mean, it just looks like, two colors of Skittles, or Starburst. That, I think actually that would be his name, is Starburst.
So with me, first of all, I really like the Target Master, which I have on screen right here. You know me, I like my little guys, and it's so cool. The alt mode cleans up really nicely and has great color distribution. But I have the original Shattered Glass Cyclonus. I got it way back in the day. I think it was a freebie if you signed up to the Transformers Collectors Club. So I have that, which is why I need this, because it has nostalgia purposes for me. So if either, let's make a pact right now. If we see this, we'll just buy two of them, and then one of us will pay the other back.
Yeah, I'm definitely
because it's limited to 500, and I really, really want this for those purposes. I want to put it on the shelf next to my Shattered Glass Ratman. I think that would be a great little duo right there.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I find this, it's purchased, so not a problem at all.
Sounds good.
Done deal. That was easy.
Yeah, it's the easiest deal ever made in human history.
Yeah,
Moving on to collector's crafts, we have their Heart of Cybertron. Now, this is something from the G1 show, specifically Season 2, Episode 34. And I guess it's what the Transformers were going after to get the ultimate power from Megatron. Why don't you explain it a little bit more? I'm sure you can do a better job of that.
Yeah, so this was the episode. I believe this spark was in the Nemesis ship, I believe. And this is the episode where Perceptor shrunk Brawn and Bumblebee, and they tried to go into Megatron's chest when he was asleep and extract it. So it gave him some ridiculous amount of power. So I am I'm thinking about picking this up.
It's only $12.99 with domestic shipping included. Yeah, so that's not a lot.
And I've purchased from them before. He's a great guy, great products. I actually have something coming soon from him. Ooh. And so great stuff. I wish he was at some of the TF cons that we've been to, so I could really rack up. Actually, it's probably good that he's not. But he makes some really cool stuff. He does, some of the stuff we've shown from Fun Bee Studios. He does that as well. And so this is something that I just like. I love this pose right here of Megatron holding it. It just brings back that episode to me. So I'm in for it.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I've got to say, the price is right. It looks cool. Like if somebody like you, if it's something that they remember from the childhood, I would say I would get it. If it was like a golden disc from Beast Wars for $12.99, I'd pick it up too.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I think he might have some golden disc.
I already have one. It came with Pterosaur.
Okay.
But Megatron sleeps.
Yeah, he
That
was
doesn't
like,
seem like something Megatron would do.
well, I mean, one of the issues with, them making them relatable to humans, but yeah, he was, I think, and if I'm mistaken, I think he had did so much damage that he was tired and literally laid down on the ground, so if I remember the episode correctly.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
So
when you're a badass, that's what
moving
happens, I guess.
on, we have the next Toys Easy's ship. So here is its ship mode. Looks pretty nice. Here's the bot mode. Now, I'm not terribly in on any of these figures, but I love how the sub turns into a gun. I have to give it props for that. That is the best thing about the whole set. And if I could buy that sub to go on another character, I would. But I don't. I'm totally out on these. I don't. The quality on the first one sucked. I don't really like the heads on any of them. They're really, really gribbly and kibbly in robot mode, and I'm completely out, even though I'm sure the combined mode is going to look amazing.
I'm completely in again. I know we both got the first one, didn't really care for it. I picked up the second one and it was a lot better. So this is kind of the tiebreaker here for me. I agree that sub turning into a gun is really, really cool. It's really unique. I like this ship mode, and I like the bot mode as well. This looks like he's ready to do damage, which I can really appreciate. He looks bulkier than some of the other ones. The first one was really, really skinny, and this guy looks like he's filled out a little bit. So I'm really interested in this one. I'm really interested in how it transforms. They have some really creative transformations. Creative, not necessarily meaning good, but very creative of how things work. And so again, the first one had some clearance issues, I believe. That was one of the big things we complained about. The second one didn't have the clearance issues. It just did. It was kind of crazy how the arms worked. It was actually kind of cool. And so I'm really excited to see what this one has in store for us, or for me, I should say.
And I was just about to say, I am very excited to see it on your shelf and to hear all about it, because I can't get behind it. That was the first figure we got, was probably the worst third-party figure I've ever gotten. So, hell, even KOs, I can at least forgive some KOs for what they have. So I'm completely out. But let's go on, move on to something for our Legends collectors, and that is the Rising Force Motormaster. So that is not Wild Rider, that is the chest car for Motormaster, or Menacer. And here's their alt modes, which look pretty good for a Legend scale. The wheels look a little tiny on the Big Rig, but oh well. And here's everything it comes with. And the really cool part is all the stuff on the right-hand side, or all the kibble and stuff, combines into that funky-looking robot right there. And I really like that attention to detail. I think that's really cool, and I wish more third parties would do that. Kind of like how King Toys had the feet that turned into wolves and stuff like that. I think that's a really cool use of the kibble, instead of, just putting it off to the side and then having a pair of hands just over there. So I think this is really cool. It breathes new life into a character like Menasor, and you could just put him off to the side and not even worry about it if you don't like it. So I think this is pretty cool.
So I actually, when they first started talking about this set, I think it was initially supposed to be MP scale, and then for whatever reason they made it Legends scale. I was actually in on the pre-order for this at MP scale, and I canceled once I found out it's Legends, because I'm not a Legends collector as much as James tries to spread rumors. But
it's
I
facts,
do,
not rumors.
I do like this set. I agree that I like how the kibble turns into something. I rather it had not been a robot though. I rather it had been like maybe a weapon or something like that, because that gun Minosaur's holding is kind of small. And so if it was, maybe came together and was a sword and his gun or something like that, I think I would have felt a little bit better about it. and the main reason is because that robot is really big next to Motor Master, and so it throws off the proportions to me. I do like the fact that it comes with the chest car, and I also like the idea of it again transforming into a robot. If we're something we've talked about on the channel is the roller for Optimus Prime that's now turning into a robot. So, I like the idea of them coming up with something new, but I rather it had been either smaller and or a gun or something like that.
Well, it couldn't have turned into a gun because that's the combiner kibble.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, true. Never mind that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But I guess, something else.
Yeah, I get you. I don't know. I think this is really cool, especially since it's a car with extra stuff on top of it. I can forgive it for being so big. But like you, when I saw it was MP scale and I saw the price, I'm like, ooh, that's really nice. Yeah. And then I didn't get it once I saw it was Legend scale.
Yeah.
So let's move on to something I know you're going to be excited with. And that is another Omega Supreme. Hopefully it's Legend scale for the Legends collector over here. He's straight out of money because of Legends. We all know it. So what do you think about this?
It's actually straight out of money because of Fans Toys. And I'm curious of what it's going to look like. I've seen rumors of it potentially being an upscale to the New Age figures, which would be really cool. But I think I have maxed out my current Omega line. I now have 3 MPs and 3 Legends that are, or 1 Legend that's here and 2 that are on the way eventually. So I think I'm done with Omega Supreme for a while, unless this is something immaculate, and upsize would be great. Even though I don't know where I put it.
Like you said, if it was the New Age one, upsized and hopefully lower price, if they make that a Guardian colors, I would probably pick that up, to be quite honest with you, in a heartbeat.
I am missing Guardian colors, so that would do it for me as well.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to some updates. So, I think Bobby is interested in this next one. We've talked about this on the show, and he said he was interested in it, and that is Peanut Head Optimus Prime.
Man, if you don't go somewhere with that.
So, what do you think of this?
I mean, I think he went to some pygmy village and they shrunk his head. he pissed off somebody at a village and they shrunk his head. I mean, gee, his fist is bigger than his head.
I didn't even notice that. I mean, it looks worse in person.
Look, come on. Yeah, that's, you know what it looks like? It looks like somebody with the open packaging of Hasbro now, somebody grabbed a $6 figure and put it on a $55 figure and was just like, I bet you somebody buys this.
Yeah. Yep. But so before we get into the next slide, here's it in robot mode, here's in vehicle mode. The vehicle mode is kind of substantial, and I do like that, I've got to say. But one thing I don't like about the vehicle mode is that they didn't even try. They like literally 1 flap coming down, or 2 flaps, I guess, could cover that up, clean, easy, done. But instead of going not even the extra mile, the extra foot of doing something like that, and maybe it's not the designer's fault, it's probably upper management telling them to cut costs, they decided to do this, which this is unacceptable on a $35 Voyager figure, in my honest opinion.
You know what I was thinking about? Because I see those 2 little bars at the top above the fist. I was like, well, maybe that is the flap and they just didn't pull them down. That's what I was hoping for.
Okay.
Or and this would have been bad as well, but it would at least look better if you could open up the fist and turn them up, so they lay.
So you could have the blue.
So it would be blue, and even though it's a hand, it still looks like a flap-ish type thing. That would have been okay as well. But yeah, just to sit there with some fist in the back.
Even if the fist folded into the hands and you had like thrusters, I'd be like, cool, that's fine.
Yep.
It's a Cybertronian mode, but this is just, I don't know.
Lazy.
I don't want to get too negative.
Too late.
I think this is very lazy, but they will not be getting my money for this figure or old Flipper Feet. Because his name is Flipper Feet in my headcanon. And this just shows how bad this looks with the older deluxes behind him. Like, those guys, they're not masterpiece quality, but they look decent. They have good paint. You know, they have good molding and stuff. This guy looks like a cheap knockoff compared to that. And they came out a decade later.
So, all I'm thinking about, I know we call them Flipper Feet, but I'm thinking about a joke I heard from Cat Williams, for any of the fans who listen to Cat Williams, and he was talking about the Olympic runner who had the metal feet, and he called him poor little Tink Tink, and that's what I'm seeing right now. And you know, he looks like when he runs, it might be like Tink. Since he's a robot, it might be like Tink 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 Tink. And yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it is. But to be positive, I really like that booster on the back of this car.
I mean, we're talking. You know, now we're getting into Batman world right here.
I mean, yeah, this is really cool. I like this. If this had a better robot mode, I might actually think about picking it up because the alt mode's really cool. It looks like a Cybertronian race car, speedster, even though Barricade should be a police car, but regardless. This looks cool, but that bot mode, I mean, right here, you have to take off his arm to put on the gun. That's no territory in my universe. Like, it should have incorporated, I don't know. But
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, same thing with Optimus. Let's go back a little bit. His arm, you have to take it off to put on his gun. Because in the game, their arms would turn into the guns. But I'm like, maybe you fold in the hand and plug in the gun or something. Like, yeah. I'm okay with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But back to old Flipper Feet right here.
I'm out. I like the blast effect. That big blast effect's cool.
The blast effect is cool. That doesn't come with the character. I completely agree.
Of course. That would be too much like right.
So let's just keep moving on. Keep pressing on with Hasbro. And here is the Armada Prime. The pre-orders are up. Now, Bobby, did you put a pre-order in for this?
Nope. Hard pass. I know you love it, and you'll be putting a pre-order in. I can't justify the price point. I did just pick up the repaint of the Fans Hobby, and I'm happy with it. Armada Prime was never one of my favorite primes anyway, so having a representation to some degree, I'm good. This will not be making it at all. I really don't like the figure.
So I really like the inner robot. I think that one looks nice, and that's the only thing I want from any Armada Prime. I do not care about that super mode ever. And I did pre-order it on Amazon just to secure one, and I'm going to give it a few days, but I'm probably going to cancel it because now that I'm looking at it right there with those hip flaps looking like a little propeller that he's going to go fly away with.
Those are some hula
probably. Well, now I got to get it, Bobby. That's just cool. I want a hula dancing transformer.
There you go.
I gotta go get it some coconuts now.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But I really don't think I'm going to keep my pre-order for this. I really want a third-party company to make a masterpiece just in a robot for Armada Prime. I don't think Fans Hobbies look so good. The proportions are wonky. I think this one does look a lot better, but I don't like the size. And I don't know if you remember, Bobby, this was 4 or 5 years ago. They showed off a Commander class, so it was like 8 or 9 inch tall, Armada Prime prototype, Hasbro or Takara did. And it's not the same one like this. And that one looks amazing. And I really wish they put that out.
If I saw it, I definitely, it flew over my head because I'm not really a fan of the character. I'm still actually surprised that I picked up the Fans Hobby version. So,
yep, the Fans Hobby one, I can't get over those big butt flaps that he has on his back. I cannot get over. I'm like, this thing's over $200. Engineer it better. Figure out how to engineer it better. I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm not picking that thing up. So hopefully another third party will come along with a better one. Or, hell, knockoff companies, fourth parties. Oversize this and make it $50 and you got my money. I have no shame. Let's go
clearly
forward. Oh, I did want to put this up. The box art's amazing. Like always. This really cool. I really like the proportions on this. It looks a lot better than what the combined mode looks like. The waist is smaller. I think this is really cool. So, yeah. Moving on. So, Prime, let's see this. This is Fans Hobby Overload. So, another Fans Hobby one. And I think this looks really nice. But you know what I'm going to say, Bobby?
I'll wait on the repaint.
How'd you know? Literally any repaint I'd rather have. I want this as Ultra Magnus, which I know you probably think that's blasphemy, but they did repaint this as Ultra Magnus for Energon, and I will be picking the Ultra Magnus up because you know me, I want my weird repaints. So, and I'm surprised you will probably pick it up too because it's going to go with the one you already have. It'll be blue and blue.
So I'm actually, I have the original version, and I didn't really like the character then either. So I don't know if I'm going to pick this up or not. I'm on the fence. I mean, again, I'm not really a big Armada fan. I think I actually bought the Prime because I have the Megatron, and I at least wanted them to, stand side by side potentially. But I don't know if I'm going to pick this up. Same with the Jetfire that'll eventually probably come. I'm not sure if I'll pick that up either.
You know what I'm going to say about the Jetfire?
Or the repaint.
There you go. I repainted his Astro Train because there was a SG Astro Train is based off of that mold.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I'll do it. I'll have to see.
I never had the original Overload as a kid, so I'm excited to try out at least something like the mold when it comes out in the Ultra Magnus colors.
Yeah. It's on the shelf now, and it was never one of my favorite. Yeah.
So let's talk about what is going to be coming out soon. The first thing you're going to be very interested in, Bobby. Really, really interested in, and that's Star Toys Blitzwing.
Yes.
So, and I think this is one that you'll be interested in. It looks really good. I just don't like the detail work on it or lack thereof.
I'm actually getting a little bit more excited about this figure coming. I think mine is on the way, actually, as I check my updates of what's all coming. I know I just paid for it, so it should be coming hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so. I'm very excited about it. I have Ditka and the KFC and the God, I can't even think about it now. So I have 2 of them now. It starts with a G, Walt, something like that. I have both of those. I have both of those, and so it'll be good to be able to have one in each version, each mode.
Yes, I can't wait to see that display. I think that'll look really good. I do think the alt modes are probably the highlight of this figure.
Yeah, I'm those two little flaps that just kind of bend in on his back. I wish they did something. It just looks funny just sitting there like that.
Awkward. Yeah.
But otherwise, I think all three modes look really good. But that's my gripe about the bot mode.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if you keep it in bot mode. It doesn't sound like you will be.
I don't know.
So next we have a fourth party BWTWT022B Jetwing Optimus Prime Black version. That's a mouthful for a really cool Prime. And I think I might put an order in for this because it's only like $23. So it's Voyager Sky, so it's not like Masterpiece or whatever. But I have a Nemesis Prime collection. It's not traditional Nemesis colors. But as cheap as it is, I might just pull the trigger on it. I like the purple. I like the black. It's cheap. So we'll see.
I think you should do it. Because I'm not going to do it. So you should definitely do it.
Yeah, so we'll see. And next is something that I think I'm going to cancel my Armada Prime and get this instead. And that's this guy. This is the fourth party. Obviously, it's a KO of the perfect effect. Beast Gorira Optimus Primal, and this is the dark version, so it's G1 Optimus Primal colors. So I have the normal Optimal Optimus. I have the Primal Prime, and this is the one I don't have. And it's only like $75 on Shozi. So I think I'm going to be picking this up. I really like this mold. I know you don't have it, but this mold is probably one of the best prime or primal molds ever, in my opinion. So I'll probably be picking this up. It just looks so cool. It looks cooler than any Optimus Prime that's ever been released.
There was something is in my ear. I thought you said this is the cool.
Yeah, it looks way cooler than a truck transformer. Look at this.
You talk about lazy. It looks like he just put his hands in front of his face and was like, he's playing peekaboo.
Well, that's not his real alt mode. That is the lazy alt mode. They don't have a picture of this gorilla mode. Bobby, how else is he supposed to play peekaboo? When Megatron's coming after him and he doesn't want Megatron to find him, how else is he supposed to disappear?
So I'm a giant robot that's going to lay down on the ground and do this. You can't see me.
Exactly.
You can't see me.
You are 100% correct, because that is what he does, and that's why he lived so long. Way past when your Prime died.
Terrible.
No.
Terrible. This will not be making it into my collection. And
this was one
for anybody that likes it, I am proud of you. But this is terrible.
So honestly, I think I'm going to pick this up because I this was one of my first third-party figures. Not this color, but it was one of my first third-party figures that I felt like, wow, this is the next level. And with all the paint and all the stuff. This was before all the Masterpiece and all that stuff. This was like 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. And it was like, this is the next level of Transformers. So I think I might have to round off the collection. That's when Transformers were actually fun and weren't just all the same Optimus Prime. Over and over and over and over.
Hey,
and over.
When you find a good thing, you got to keep it rolling.
Or you got to keep trying it until you get it right, and they haven't gotten it right since.
Clearly.
They did one! This is a KO because so many people want it.
We can move on.
You ain't got nothing to say about that. Let's go what's been recently released. So, the first thing is Earthspark Wave 2, Optimus, and Shockwave have been cited in US retail. I don't think either of us are interested in it. We've already talked about this before. I don't think we have to dwell on it too much. Let us know if you pick it up in the comments below. We'd love to hear about what these new deluxes are like.
I need to see how the show is. I haven't watched the episode yet, so I said I will try that.
I am hoping they make a Tarantulas because in this, because I've seen the show design and it's really nice. So I'm hoping for that. But knowing my luck, they're just gonna make another Optimus Prime. So we talked about this last time. It's finally out. We've got Magic Square Legends SG Jetfire. Now, as a resident Legends collector, Bobby, will you be picking this up?
No.
Oh, well.
No.
Stay tuned for that review. Next, we have fourth party G1 Minosaur kit. Now, seriously, will you be picking this one up?
I will be. And
Okay.
I actually, I did a little short on the Defensor. I actually just got the Superion in. So stay tuned for maybe a little something on that. And so I will be getting this one as well.
Cool. I'll be looking forward to it. Talked about this a few weeks ago. Mastermind Creations Tempo is finally released. So if you guys need it, go pick it up.
Cool figure. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like to see it in person. I think where the head sits on the mane is really strange because it's supposed to be a lion whose head is connected to the mane. But I understand a plastic toy limitations. So I'll get the SG version if that comes out because I like that. I like that color scheme.
Yeah,
I
like this one.
We've got another thing for you Legends collectors. I know Bobby's not into comics, so he won't be picking this up, even though he likes Legends. So this is Tarn, and it is a combiner. So it's a re-release of the Tarn that came out with a year or two ago from Iron Factory. They changed the head on the combiner as well as a few other things. And this is going to be all in Tarn colors. So the combiner is just going to be a bigger Tarn in the same colors. It's very, very strange if you ask me.
Darn. Is what I got to say about it.
Darn that Tarn.
Yes.
And lastly, we have something I think you are going to be very interested in. It was Legend scaled, but now it's MP scaled. And I think this is actually on its way to you right now. It might just be another boring Optimus Prime, but it has some really cool features.
Considering that you have it in Ultra Magnus colors, same truck.
I never said he wasn't boring. I just got it because I liked the posability. Literally, with this figure, or Ultra Magnus, what sold me was seeing the poses it could pull off. When I saw that, I was like, that looks like fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked it up.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to getting this. It has the die cast in it, so that's right up my alley. I'm pretty excited, and it's not Legend scale. Thank you.
No, it is not, unless he takes a growth serum and grows.
No.
Then anything can be Legend scale, I guess, right?
Yes. No more Legends for a while, if any.
You already got 3 coming at you. 2.
So I'll have a total of 5 desk bots.
They're not Legends, they're desk bots.
They're desk bots, yes. I'm a desk bot collector now, maybe, possibly.
All right. Well, that's everything we have for you guys. So like, comment, and share as always. We really appreciate you clicking on this video, helping us out. And if you have any questions, let us know. We'll be happy to answer them in the comments below.
Yes, if we got anything wrong, please let us know. And as always, till all debates are won, we'll see you guys next time.